Okay, shukran. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين سيدنا ونبينا ومولانا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. سبحانك اللهم لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillah, inshallah, hope each and everyone is well. Inshallah, alhamdulillah, last week, we had a good session. Firstly, we had a discussion, as we had said, a meeting, basically just to iron out a couple of things, to, alhamdulillah, and as to also, I think we managed, to actually get good feedback, from the students, and I'm very confident, inshallah, as everybody said that they're coming on along at their own pace, okay? And I think, as I say, everybody would be able to catch up, but I think motivation just came, from everybody in that we also maybe need to try and participate as much as possible in trying to at least do our homework so that we can get feedback as to, how we as students, we function and we understand it as well. That's important, as we're going along. Alhamdulillah, and this evening we're doing a new lesson, which is lesson number 17, which is on the screen there. And lesson number 17, as you can see, there is the prepositions, fi, they call it in Arabic, hurufu jar, meaning it's prepositions. And we're going to do 4 of it. There are other as well. But we're doing the 4 basic ones, this evening. For example, as you can see there, fi, ala, ila, and min. Okay. And these, what we would find, especially with regards to this particular introduction, we will see that it's going to affect or changes the noun as well. It changes where it has an effect on the noun. Now remember what we had done previously when we did the start off, and I always just refresh us that, we've done so far when we look at the indefinite, then it ends with an un sound, right? A tanween, the un, right? For example, baytun, qalamun, whatever, and that is like we would say an indefinite noun. The noun is indefinite. Then we did obviously when we did the sifa, meaning the noun, the adjective, describing the noun, which we call the mawsuf. No? So that we have done that obviously, and we find also if it's indefinite, it will take the un. Then we went a bit further when we did the to make it definite. They would say now, for example, now when we add the al on there, the alamu ta'rif, when we add the al on there, which refers to the bayt or the house, it now instead of baytun becomes al baytu. Remember? So you just take an u at the last, right? Now tonight's lesson is again another law that we're discussing, which as we refer to as the we refer to as the preposition, a harfu jar, as a preposition, like, when you in turn add something in front of the noun, okay? And this is important because we did all the interrogative pronouns, we did the different power pronouns, etc., attached and detached, but as you could see, it did not affect the noun, or had an effect on the noun in making it definite or indefinite. That's very, very important. But now tonight, we can see here, we referring to the following prepositions are some of the common ones that we do. Fi, it is in, ala refers to on, ila means to or towards, and min is from. Now remember, many times you find students, especially when there's no sign on it, then they make a mistake with the word, with the min, because remember, min here means from, but then when you look at man is again, like we ask a question, who, remember? So that is important for us to just take note of on that particular one. So when we, for example, here's the important ones, when you see in a box, it will be fi sunduqin. Can you see? So what is happening is when you use the preposition, the last sign on the noun, it changes to a I sound. You see? So remember when we used to do the other, it used to be sundukun. Remember? A box. But now when you say it's in a box, you say fi sundukin. See there? Fi sundukin. The other one was again sundukun, right? So that is number one, that you must remember that as soon as you add a harfu jar or a preposition in there, you find that the last digit changes to an I. Okay? Then number two, we go further when we see
in the box.
I know. Then is in the box, meaning fis sunduqi. See there? Because as-sunduqu, right? That is was the definite one. And now you're saying in a definite box, it becomes fis sunduqi. So you always find that when you deal with the harfu jar, you always find that the last letter takes an I sound. Okay? The last letter takes an I sound. So that is
Imam,
important.
Imam, can they mute because we're getting bad vibes?
Oh, from where? Sorry.
Somebody speaking at the back.
Okay, fine. Can you maybe just, I think there was some interference, with that we had there. But inshallah, I see everybody is mute, Uncle Ibrahim. So inshallah, I hope, but shukran for bringing it to our attention. Okay, great. Right. So now when we look at, like, for example, as we can see there, alal ma'idati. See there? The first one is ala or ala ma'idatun, or sorry, ala ma'idatin, meaning on a table. And obviously when you make it alal ma'idati. See, it's always tin and I. Ila madrasati means to a school. Ilal madrasati. So ila madrasatin, maafna. Ila madrasatin meaning to a school, and ilal madrasati is to the school. And then from means min. Min mukhtabarin, meaning mukhtabar is a laboratory. So min mukhtabarin, and obviously from, the laboratory means minal mukhtabari. Inshallah. I think that is just, as you can see, the first change that we're looking at. And you can also feel, I think, as you will be going along, you'll feel that there's this bit of discomfort in your mouth if you in turn say, for example, minal mukhtabaru. Look at the last one. If you say minal mukhtabaru, it's a bit minal mukhtabari, mi and ni and ri. Can we see? So they actually all rhyme, the I and the I from the harfu jar and the I of the noun. They basically rhyme in there. So let us explain what is going on here. We say firstly, what we should have observed was one, in the examples above, the preposition are followed by either an indefinite or a definite noun. We saw that, right? Whenever a preposition is followed by an indefinite noun, example, box sunduqin, the last letter of the noun has under it a kasratain, right? The tanween indicates indefiniteness. So when this particular noun is made definite, then the kasratain takes a kasra, a ki only, and it loses the two strokes, meaning the in. For example, the word sunduqin becomes to as-sunduqi, right? Okay, so that is, that is what we should have observed. So now if we look at the other examples that we take here, inshallah. Manu, is there any questions? If we have any questions on that we have just now handled, inshallah. I see Dr. Ahmed is in. Welcome, Dr. Ahmed. We can see, Dr. Ahmed, we're doing the preposition now, and we can see, obviously, as we mentioned, that when we add the preposition, we find that the last digit or the last sign on the last harf of the noun changes to an I sound. Okay, so here we're doing some examples here now. Examples: in the bus, fi hafilatin. Sorry, in a bus. Fi hafilatin. You can't say fi hafilatun. No, fi hafilatin, because of fi being the preposition. So if you say in the bus, fil hafilati. Okay. Then the next one you see there, ala raffin. Raff is a shelf. Ala raffin, meaning it is on the shelf or on a shelf. And obviously if you say, if it's on the shelf, it is ala raffi. Okay, because it's obviously, you know, when we do the definite, it comes with the alamu ta'rif, meaning the al, the al that's added to the verb, sorry, to the noun. Then now becomes something interesting. So now when we're doing a noun which is qualified by a adjective, like we say the mawsuf is now the noun qualified by the adjective, which is the sifa. The change now comes that both the noun and the adjective, firstly, they are in the same gender. Very, very, very important. You must note that, because our basic rules never changes. And then the change that the harfu jar now brings about to the noun, it makes both, you know, take the, that we call it the I sound, okay? Both of them now takes an I sound, right? So we, for example, we say, ila najjarin karimin. See there? Ila najjarin karimin, to a, to means ilamos, and because najjarin is a, you know, carpenter. And as we know by now, the formation of a sentence in Arabic is, even though in English we might say a generous carpenter, where we say the adjective before the noun, but in Arabic when we write it, we always found the noun, which is the sif, the mawsuf is always written first, and the mawsuf, also the sifa qualifying the noun, comes after. Okay, I think that is something that we must always remember, and I think that is of the basic rules that we shouldn't forget, you know. So therefore we say ila najjarin, which is a carpenter. Karimin means a generous carpenter. But now if you say to the generous carpenter, you say ilan najjaril karimi. Can you see both the sifa and the mawsuf, both of it takes an I sound, and importantly, both of it has an al on there. Okay, so inshallah, and then the last example, you know, before we open up for any questions, is min baitin saminatin. Min bintin saminatin, meaning from a fat girl, you know, saminatin is, can you see, baitin, important, but not baitin. Bintin is feminine, therefore saminatin will be feminine. And obviously if you're going to say from min waladin samini, min waladin saminin, see, because that is now, because walad is going to be, like I'm referring to this particular one here, because walad being a masculine, you see, this is now feminine, baitin, saminatin. So see, saminatin, the adjective, agrees, you know, agrees with the noun in gender, right? And obviously when you're now going to look at, if we're going to change this to become a masculine noun, we say, for example, waladin, so we say min waladin, then it won't be saminatin, because saminatin is the feminine form of you know, of the adjective fat, you know. So we would say then min waladin saminin. Okay, hope everybody caught that one. And then obviously if we say from the fat girl, minal binti saminati, right? And obviously if it will be masculine, minal waladi samini. Okay, inshallah. So I just want to read the last note here, then we can take it further from there. So note, in 3 and 4, the prepositions are followed by adjectival phrases. You know, there, this is the two that we find there. And note that the adjective, the sifa, right? It's the Arabic word for adjective, which follows the noun, which is the mawsuf, meaning the noun that was obviously that the noun that is qualified with the sifa, that sifa explained, also has the kasratain when indefinite or kasra when definite. Is there any questions before we move further, inshallah? Any questions? Any questions before we move any further than that, inshallah? Any questions? Everybody comfortable with that?
No.
Open, fadal.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can, Tamani. Payasakh. Payasakh, Sema. Salam, all right?
Alhamdulillah, yourself.
Daar zijn ook gewoon de chatters. Bismillah, Tamani.
Ek sien dit hier by to a generous carpenter.
Yes, sir.
Ilan Najari Karimi. Maar iemand sê Ilan Najari. Iemand gesê.
Ja, sê gou vir my, Tamani. Kyk goed daarna, Tamafona. Wat sê Tamani? Hulle sê net Ilan Najari.
Ja.
Is dit? Daai
Of
net.
die boek sê wys dit so, ja.
Nee, daar is Ilan Najarin Karimin.
Ons moet dit Inuit. Ja,
Het is in, ja. Het is in. Verstaan? Misschien is het komt op
de
Hoe zit dat maar niet?
Een Paint 68 is een shelle, zal ik maar zeggen, bestek.
Ja, maar dat is eigenlijk een in. Ilan Najarin Karimin. Okay? Because hulle moet agree in gender, importantly, altyd moet wees masculine, en altyd moet agree in number. Verstaan? Dat is important. In gender en in number. Rin en Karimin. Because wanneer hy kry die al aan, dan kry hy die I. Sien dat maar nie daarbij? Ilan Najarin Karimi. Naam, ja. No, fine. Kijk net vir example, daar is een ere of ere, miskien as die print hier. Kijk net die by number 4. Sien dat? Min bin 10. Sien met dat maar nie? Min na 10. Sien? So daar, ek denk, daar is miskien net, ek weet nie wat die ere is, of miskien ere die print, het hier recht gekom nie. Verstaan?
En by die
is het?
En die blijft voor, dat je op 68 is die shelle.
Oké, ik denk, ja, nou fijn. Ik heb nog net die boek voor mij, laat ik ook kijken naar die boek.
Ja, fijn, ik kan nog eens op je screen op.
Oké, fijn, great. Anyway, shukran Tamani. Anybody else? What's your Tamani?
Ik zeg het correct.
Amin, no problem. Shukran, man, shukran. Any further questions, inshallah, before we go further? So everybody comfortable, it seems, no? Inshallah. So let us go further here with some of the words, inshallah. New vocabulary, kalimatun jadidatun, okay? Kalimatun jadidatun, okay? Because the word kalimat is most feminine, so therefore I say kalimatun jadidatun, okay? Okay, fine, inshallah. I think we can open up now, min fadlik. Maybe we can unmute and we can maybe just, oh yes, this is the last one I want to say here also, yeah. Then we can open and we can actually, also do the vocabulary, because we're going to try and do the exercise as well, inshallah. Okay, so we can unmute, inshallah. Okay, but the last one I wanted to do was is ila rajulin nashitin, right? Ila rajulin nashitin. Okay, remember, nashitun is most active, right? So if we say to an active man, it means ila rajulin nashitin, right? But then if we say the inactive, so here also we learn that what they're teaching us also the opposite here. So nashitun or nashitin in this particular instance, it refers to active, and inactive is ilal or ilar rajulil khamilin. Ilar rajulil khamili. Ilar rajulil khamili. Now, very, very important. Can we see there the word khamil, right? Now, when a lady is carrying, you know what I'm referring to, being, in a state of pregnancy, then, then the word to carry a baby or to carry means hamil. See, it's a ha and not a kho. So as maar baie versigtig wees as ons nou sê die person, you know, say mashallah, you know, the lady's hamil, sê nie sy's hamil nie, sê dat sy's inactive nie, you know. So check maar in mooi die usage of the word there, you know, so it's hamil and khamil, different inshallah. So I think inshallah can be unmute and then we can maybe start, you know, going through this lesson inshallah. Can we do that inshallah? Okay. Righto. So everybody, the first one, everybody, just to the, okay, everybody, bismillah, sundukun.
Sundukun.
Sundukun, that is a box. No?
A box.
Next one.
Safun.
Shadda. Safun, a classroom.
Yeah.
Safun. Okay, that's another word for classroom. There was another word we also did for classroom. And from here, safun, right? Okay. The other one was faslun. Faslun.
Faslun.
Faslun was another word for classroom. So here you can also see another word, safun. Okay.
Safun.
Sofun, yeah, you know, soft, and they sell the, you know, the same word soft is also refers to row. You know? Soft, you know, so say Margaret is soft, no? You sufuf, I see a senior as a sod, sofun, okay, it's a sod, right now? Right, then the next one,
Sarirun.
sarirun, meaning a bed. Next one,
Saminun.
aminun, right now. Next one, Ma'idatun is a table. Next one.
Muhtabarun.
Muhtabarun is a laboratory. Next one. Rafun is a shelf. Next one. Nahifun. Okay. Nahifun means to be thin. You know. You know, I'm not striving for that, inshallah, you know. And then, but this is important, they must also be healthy, you know. You must also have good siha, you know. Well, good sihatun. No? Sihatun means, you know, your health, okay? You know, remember that kaifa sihatun, right? Kaifa sihatun. Next one. Next one.
اللغة العربية.
اللغة العربية. See, can you see there? Because of the you find that the last letter takes al-lughatun arabiyatun. It's not actually Arabic, but it's the
Arabic language.
Arabic. No? It should be the Arabic language. Lugha means language, and arabiyatun obviously means Arabic. And if you would say the the
Arabic language
of English, it will be lughatul Ingliziyah. No? Lughatul Ingliziyah. Okay? And lughatun Faransa, meaning the French language, you know, and lughatun Hind, you know, is the Indian and Sukhanustan, right? And then the last one,
Mahadun.
Mahadun is an institute. So inshallah, alhamdulillah, there's some more new words that we've learned on, inshallah. Maybe let us just wake the class up a bit. Let us go back to Sundukun and make that all definite, if you don't mind. Okay, everybody, bismillah from the top.
Sundukun.
As-sunduku.
Yeah, remember you must not going to make it definite, right? You're going to make it definite. So you put the al on, but the last qaf, the ku, the kun, change to a ku. Next one.
As-safu.
Beautiful. Next one.
As-sariru.
Next one.
As-saminu.
Beautiful. Next one.
Al-ma'idatu.
Beautiful. Next one. MashaAllah.
Al-mukhtabaru.
Next one.
Arafu.
Take them shut down the run. Arrafu type. Next one.
الرف النخيف
النخيف
An-nakhifu. Right on. Next one.
النخيف
That is
already definite.
that is already definite.
It's definite. yeah.
Any questions, Vakil? Questions, Vakil? And if you want to make it, indefinite,
لغة العربية
lughatun,
لغة
عربية.
عربية.
لغة عربية.
language, no? And the last one,
المعهد.
المعهد
المعهد.
I must say I'm very impressed in that, I've listened to everybody who now participated and was very good. And I
المعهد.
find that you are actually very comfortable with when we refer to it as the Hurufu Qamariya.
قرمية and حروف شمسية.
You are very comfortable with that because nobody is putting an al before, the Shamsiya. Like, for example, you all said as-sunduku. Nobody said al-sunduku. You see? And alhamdulillah, as I say, that is very, very impressive and keep up the good work. Alhamdulillah, well done, well done, well done. Yeah? Let us see if we can go by some of the homework here, not all, like the new exercises, inshallah.
Can I
Because
just ask one question on the one example right on top of the page, active and inactive?
No.
Why does that word change so dramatically? Active to inactive. It's
Like active, like nashitun and al-khamilu.
yeah, it's completely different words.
Yeah.
Opposite.
But if you look at it, Walid, just if you go back to most of the other, like for example, take the simple one. We say kabiru and saghiru. There's not really a, than to say, there's not really anything else. Obviously, if you look at the text of the word, meaning nashitin, or you see that ila rajulin nashitin. You see that is indefinite. Therefore, the to at the back takes an inmost, right?
Yeah.
But if you must say ila rajuli, then it will be nashiti. You see?
Nashiti.
Yeah, you see, because you add the al. Because I don't know if that is maybe what you observed. Because if you look at, if you want to make the other one, if you want to make that in the same format as that, then you would say ila rajulin
Lin.
khamilin. See that?
Khamilin.
See that? Then that rajulin will be the same. It's just that they're showing you the other one is becoming definite and the other one is becoming indefinite. But if you swap it around and you want to make that one definite, meaning, this particular one definite, then we add the al on there, then obviously the last vowel will change to an ordinary I sound. Huh? Okay? So that, I think that is what's just occurring there. But you'll find that the opposite words are very, very different. For example, like I use now, for example, when you come to kabirun and saghirun, they're all, they're very far from it. But I mean, there's no resemblance. Like, for example, in English, you would find, active and it's inactive. You just add a in on there, then it's like the opposite of that, So I think that is maybe just how the language is constituted there. Inshallah, can we tackle the following year, inshallah? Are we going to try?
Okay.
Try.
Anyway, let us see. Okay, fine. We'll help one another. Firstly, with the what we call it, the meaning of the words. Then it will be easy for you. When you look at this particular one, in is what is the preposition?
Fi.
And hotel.
Funduk.
Right. So now if you say the hotel, okay.
Funduk.
So right. Let us say what is your answer there?
في
الفندقي.
الفندق.
فندقي.
الفندقي.
Because of al, right? Fil funduki. Beautiful. Next one.
Min.
From is min. Servant.
Khadimun.
Khadimun. See there? So it's khadimun. Was the servant al khadim? So how is it?
Min khadimun.
Min khadi.
من خادي.
خادمين.
Min, yeah.
من خادمين.
I'm actually waiting to listen what the last vowel, is taking.
من خادمين.
khadimin, right? Because of the, remember, with the preposition of harfu jar, everything changes at the back as written in or isam. Next one on is
Allah.
Ala.
ala and wall
Jidarun.
Jidarun.
hidarun, right? So on the wall,
Allah.
anyone?
Allah
Ala
khidarin.
jidarin.
Jidarin.
Allah khidarin.
Khida, not khiji. Ala jidar.
Jidarin.
Jidarin.
Jidarin. Allah jidarin.
Allah.
Now we're going a bit deeper. From a big mosque. From
Min.
Min.
mean big
Min
Kabirun.
Kabir.
min masjidin kabir. Min masjidin kabirin.
Kabirin.
from Kabir
Min
Rin.
masjidin kabirin.
in masjidin
Jidin.
kabirin.
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 Kabirin. Excellent, guys. Excellent. Well done. Well done. Next one, Rido. Ek hoor nie van die Zarina nie. Waar is die Zarina? Oh, that's it. Salam. Are you doing well? Ek sien die naam is daar, maar ek hoor nie, you know. Okay, fine. Rido. Next one, to
Ila.
Ila.
Ila and market.
Ya.
Suq.
Ila.
Suqun.
Suqun, right?
Ala.
So,
Ila.
Ila suqi.
Ila
Ila suqiya.
ila suqi.
Suki.
Ahmad, daar. Ik zie met Ahmad is op mute. Ahmad,
Ila suki.
ik zie met Ahmad is op mute, ne? Okay. Ila suqi.
Ila suki.
Suqiya. Okay. Next one. On a small desk.
Muktabun.
Ila.
Ala. Ala.
Maktabin kazirin sahirin.
Ala.
And
Allah.
ala.
La maktabin sahirin.
Sagirin.
Sahirin.
Sagirin, ja.
Beautiful.
Maktabin.
Imam Edoga.
Ja, inderdaad, Ahmad, ja, nee, ik ken ons uit. Ahmad het die gezicht weggestiek, maar dat is any voice, no, ik kan mijn voice, mashallah. Are you well, Ahmad?
Alhamdulillah wa anta.
Alhamdulillah, كيف alhamdulillah.
Mashallah.
طيب.
Allah.
To the famous
Allah
city.
mat.
Balad.
Ila.
Allah.
Ila.
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 Everybody, two means
Ila.
Illa.
ila. City is
Madina. Madina.
Madina.
Dina.
famous,
Dinatin.
Mashhura. Mashhurun.
mashhoor.
Yeah.
Ila
Zelfs
mashhur
ek gee maar
Madina.
net die shorter version for us.
Minatin.
We will have to say the words. So everybody together.
Illa.
Madinatil mashhurati.
Shuri.
The.
Yeah. Ilal
Lal.
madinatil
Ila Madinati.
mashhurati.
Til.
Mashhur.
Mashhoor.
Ilal mashhurati. Ilal madinatil mashhurati.
Ahsan. Everybody.
Ila Madinati, ja.
Ila
Madinati.
Ilal madinatil
Til.
mashhurati.
Mashurati.
Madinatil. Mashhurati. Because remember the famous city. So allemaal die gaan samen daar. Right? Next one.
Fi sayaratun. Fi sayarati.
Fi siyarati.
Tin.
Fi sayarati.
Siyaratin.
Aratin. Next one. In a cheap shop.
Fi.
Fi.
Suk.
Fi dukan.
Suki.
Die soekers was a market.
Ja.
Dukan.
Dukanum.
Okay.
Fi dukanin.
Dukanin.
Rakhisin.
Rakhisin.
Fi dukanin rakhisin.
Tin.
I dukanin. Rakhisin.
Rahisin.
Okay. Excellent. Last one. On the fridge.
Fridge.
It's not inside, it's on top.
Antap.
Lal.
Ala.
Al-thalajati.
Lal. Fridge.
Al-thalajati. Al-thalajati.
Lal.
Al-tha. Alathar.
هذا
Talaja. Alathar.
على الثلاجة
تي
right على الثلاجة
ثلاجة.
right ثلاجة اسمه زي fridge right إلى الثلاجة beautiful alhamdulillah well done everybody well done inshallah excellent that was great it was very great inshallah I'm going to give us a few more minutes and then we're going to go over to maybe all the other exercises but you know so can we see we can see now we've reached the stage now where we can all participate in the exercises also that's good you know that's a good sign very good so laat ek se praat het 'n bietjie gehelp alhamdulillah you know
Alhamdulillah.
translate the following prepositional phrases into English right number 1 في مختبر نظيف
في مختبرين.
مختبرين.
مختبر
مختبرين. Muhtabar is a
is the
laboratory.
we did that word
Laboratory.
and nadhif means
Clean.
clean
In a clean laboratory.
Clean laboratory.
In a clean laboratory.
in
In a clean laboratory.
in a clean laboratory
Laboratory.
Laboratory.
was the in né the in there
Ja.
kan we dan maar nie sien daar hy ins weer daar onder muhtabarin en
Daar
nadhif
ek sien dit nou reg. Ja.
so ek dink daar is maar net 'n print daar of either
print
die
hier en hulle
ja type من المسجد المشهور
From
From
the
Masjid.
famous mosque.
مشهور
From
is
the
famous
Famous.
Yeah.
From the famous mosque.
From the famous mosque.
I maybe didn't
From the
discuss
famous
it, but
masjid.
the students is baie wakker vanaand. Can we see there when we have min? See there?
And
When
then
you
the
have the definite, the word being definite, then we don't say min and al. We go the nin, the nun,
Minal.
the down. Can you see that? The now, the harfu jar takes an automatic ah. See? An automatic ah sound, so it's called minal. Because if it was just for the masjid, we'd say min masjidin, right? But minal, you know, as we can see, we put the ah onto the noon there, you know, and we'll see here even ila and ilal. See there? Okay. Next one here. This one. Alar rafu.
on
Allah full
On-
wasiya.
on the wide rack.
MashaAllah. On the wide rack.
Shelf.
Wasi'a. And as we say, on the narrow rack.
Narrow.
على الرفو ضيق ضيقي
Dayhi.
ضيقي
Dayhiqi. No, dayhiqun. Dayhiqun was now for narrow. So alar rafil dayhiqi. Okay. The next one. Ilal jami'ati saghirati.
صغيرة.
The
the
small
small
crowd.
university
All
Ma
university.
ma'ana jamia?
University.
university
University.
to the small university
Yeah,
University.
to the small university. And if you want to say to the big institution,
كبير.
Kabir.
Ilal
Hello.
إلى
إلى
المهدي
Masjid Kabira.
Kabiratun.
Kabiratun.
Kabira.
T.
كبيري
Kabir.
كبيري
Remember,
and
Ma'adin is mos in after, you know, I see a feminine word.
Mm.
Kabiri.
Ilal Ma'adi Kabiri. Okay. Min mat'amin rakhisin.
from a cheap restaurant
Restaurant na ma'adi ta'am mosna ta'amin means to eat.
مطعم
Mat'amin is a restaurant.
or cafe
From the
From
from a cheap cafe
restaurant.
from a cheap
cheap
Restaurant.
restaurant. Everybody, ek hoor nie almal so clear daar nie. Almal, everybody fine with that one?
from a cheap restaurant
From a cheap restaurant.
Yeah. Next one. Ila walidatin saminatin.
سمينة is
إلى-
what is it?
The small boy.
From a
Ah,
small.
The fat boy. The fat boy.
No.
Saminatin.
Father.
Father.
Father. Mother.
Oh,
Mother.
sorry.
Mother.
In,
Walidatin is
What is
mother.
that? T.
Ila to the to a fat
Ila walidatin.
To the fat. Yeah,
to a
the
fat mother.
to a fat mother.
To a fat mother.
Mother. Oh, jy nou mama gaan skel.
Mothers are baie upset wees, you know. Sê maar liewers ila walidatin jamilatin. You know?
Beautiful. To a beautiful mother.
Ala tawilatin.
Ala tawilati. Ala tawilatin.
On a table.
On
A table.
tawila. Yeah, tawila is also another table, no?
And that's now 3 words, yeah.
Tawila, tawil. Tawil
Ah.
means one tafel, you know. You know,
Marvin, just go back to the one before that. Just give me that one again. The
ila
Ila
walidatin saminatin.
what is that also?
To a fat mother.
To a
To
fat
the-
mother.
To a fat mother.
A fat mother.
Indefinite.
Ila
To a
two.
Yeah, you know, ila means two, walidin. You see, it's
To a
not
fat
wow.
mother.
You know, maybe you're getting confused here with al. You know?
You know what I'm getting confused with?
Walidati.
Yeah, you know?
I think now I was getting confused because you wouldn't normally say to the fat mother.
Matthias.
But you say, "A fat mother." So
Yeah.
that is now sometimes ons wil nou nie sound soos die dinges is nie, but you know, like we say, you know, that's maar altyd hoe die western dinges refer na, you know, mother-in-law, you know.
Oh yeah.
Let's not go there.
Laat ons liewer staan.
Because also mother-in-laws is very good women, you know. They raise very good wives for us. Yeah? So
Mashallah.
Fidulab.
Bil kabir.
Kabirin is big. Is
Dulab.
From
large.
from
Fill.
In the big something.
Cupboard.
Cupboard is a
In the
dulab.
big cupboard. Dulab.
The big cupboard. no?
In the big cupboard.
Labil. You know,
In.
Labil kabir.
In the big cupboard.
In the big cupboard.
Next one. Ala maktabad. Alal maktabi.
On the table.
on the table.
On the table.
The table.
On the table.
Francis.
Khata.
Maktabi is a desk.
Khata.
Allah.
On the desk.
Allah on the desk.
Ma
On the
ma'ana
desk.
ma ma'ana maktabi.
Maktab is a
What is the
desk.
meaning of
Hello,
maktabi?
Maktabi.
Maktabun. Desk, yeah.
Desk.
Desk, yeah. Desk.
On the
Alal
desk. On the
maktabi.
desk.
Yeah, On the
On the
desk.
desk.
The last one. Min mudiri.
From a director or a principal.
From a
Mudiri.
principal or a director, inshallah.
Ah.
Inshallah. So I think I'll leave us with that to give me a few minutes, inshallah, to go to our Arabic course part 1. So alhamdulillah, I must say well done. Everybody's preparing very well, you know, and I can see, I think we're getting there now, you know, very happy. Alhamdulillah, you know, so it's a very good start to tonight's lesson. Inshallah, I don't know if you have your notes, but it's not necessary. You can follow on the screen all those, you know, who are able to follow on the devices. I don't. Can you?
Yes.
Can you maybe can I continue with this quickly?
Naam.
Aywa, shukran. Okay, can you see that there's a little house, Walid? So as we mentioned to everybody, this will be a nice damage for you to, you know, like a house there. Hada baytun, hada masjidun, hada babun,
هذا كتاب هذا قلم
هذا قلم.
هذا مفتاح
مفتاح.
Hey, so ons nou lekker saam gesing, nou sê vir my wat is die meaning daarvan? Die ma'ana في هذه الصور mean? No, say for me what is the
هذا بيت. This is a house.
in the picture. Fadal, right? Everybody,
This
هذا
is a
بيت.
house.
This is a house.
This is
A
A
house.
house.
Is a house.
A house.
house. MashaAllah.
This is
هذا
هذا
This is
مسجد.
هذا
This
مسجد.
is a mosque.
Masjid.
This is a mosque.
هذا باب.
هذا باب.
This
This is a door.
Next one.
هذا كتاب.
This is a book.
This is a
The book.
طيب.
هذا
هذا
قلم.
قلم. This is
This is
a
a pen.
Pen.
Next one.
هذا
هذا
مفتاح.
مفتاح.
This is a key.
The key.
طيب MashaAllah. Next one.
هذا
هذا مكتب.
مكتب. This is a
This
desk.
is a desk.
أحسن.
هذا
هذا
سرير.
سرير.
This is a bed.
This is the bed.
هذا
هذا كرسي.
Kursi.
This is a
This
chair.
is a chair.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. See there? Next one. ما هذا. See there?
What is this?
هذا ask you the question.
What is this?
طيب ما
هذا بيت.
هذا.
This is a house.
This is a house.
This is a
هذا
house.
هذا
هذا
بيت.
بيت.
هذا بيت.
Is
Is this a
Is
house?
this a
Is this a
house?
house?
نعم.
نعم. هذا بيت.
هذا
هذا
بيت.
بيت. Yes, it is a house.
Is a
Everybody.
house.
Is a house.
Okay. Right. Everybody together. Osadori national anthem Samson.
ما هذا؟
ما هذا؟
هذا. What is this?
What is this?
What is this?
هذا
هذا
قميص.
بيت.
بيت.
Beytun.
This is a house.
This is a house.
Beautiful man. Oh, he's impressed. Go on, go on, go on, go on.
هذا بيت.
هذا بيتun.
Is this a house?
Is this a
Is this a
house?
house?
Yes. Is.
نعم.
نعم.
هذا بيت.
هذا بيتun.
Yes.
Yes,
This is
this
a
is a
house.
house.
مرة أخرى في خلفية
ما هذا؟
هذا again ما هذا.
ما
هذا.
هذا.
Is this a house?
What is this?
What is this?
What is this?
نعم.
هذا
نعم.
هذا
بيت.
بيت.
This is a house.
This is a house.
Next.
هذا بيت.
هذا
بيتun.
بيت.
Is this a
Is
house?
this a house?
نعم.
نعم.
هذا
هذا
بيت.
بيت.
هذا بيت.
نعم.
Yes.
Yes, this
Yes,
is
this
a
is
a
house.
house.
تفضل proceed.
ما
هذا؟
هذا.
What is this?
What
What
is
is
this?
this?
What is this?
هذا قميص.
هذا قميص.
This
This
is
is
a
a
shirt.
This is a shirt.
Beautiful.
قميص.
هذا
هذا
سرير.
سرير.
أنصارير.
Is this
Is
a
this a
This
bed?
is
Is this a
Is
chair?
this a chair?
Is this a bed?
Is
This
this
is a,
a
this is a bed. This is a
لا.
bed.
لا.
لا هذا
هذا
كرسي.
هذا كرسي.
كرسي.
No.
This is a
This is a chair.
no. This is a chair.
طيب ما شاء الله. Next one.
هذا مفتاح.
هذا
هذا
طاحة.
هذا مفتاح.
مفتاح.
Is this a
هذا
key?
قلم.
Is this
لا
a key?
هذا
Is this a
قلم.
key?
لا هذا
لا
قلم.
هذا قلم.
لا هذا قلم.
No. This is a
Oh,
pen.
this is a pen.
Okay. هذا مفتاح. لا. هذا قلم. طيب.
ما هذا؟
Next one.
Yeah.
ما هذا.
What is
ما
this?
هذا؟
هذا what is this?
هذا
هذا
هذا نجم.
نجم.
This
This
is
is
a
a
star.
This is a star.
تمرين أول. تفضل ده. Now the
ما هذا؟
Exercise 1.
Yeah. Right. Fine.
ما هذا؟ هذا
هذا؟
مفتاح.
What is this?
مفتاح.
مفتاح.
هذا مفتاح.
هذا
هذا
This is a
مفتاح.
key.
هذا
مفتاح.
كتاب. Yeah.
هذا.
هذا
So,
كتاب.
Engels, Afrikaans, nou gaat ons Arabic praat. Okay? So you
Okay.
just give me
Right.
the Arabic now. ما هذا؟
Okay.
Ik ga die question vragen. ما هذا؟
هذا مفتاح.
هذا
هذا
مفتاح.
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 ما هذا؟
هذا
هذا
كتاب.
هذا كتاب.
هذا كتاب.
كتاب. Het lijkt me de jungle oats, maar is actually
Ik het. Die wist ik niet.
كتاب. ما هذا؟
هذا
هذا
قلم.
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 وما هذا؟
هذا
هذا باب.
هذا باب.
باب.
باب. هذا باب. باب.
أهذا مسجد؟
لا
لا.
بيت.
هذا
بيت.
بيت.
هذا باب.
باب. هذا باب.
Beautiful.
هذا
Vakker.
باب.
Vakker. ما شاء الله. Righto. Next one. ما هذا؟
هذا
هذا
بيت
بيت.
كرسي.
Baitun.
ما
هذا
شاء
بيت
الله.
هذا بيت.
هذا بيت.
وما
Mas
هذا
what?
Hada kursi.
هذا
هذا
كرسي.
كرسي.
كرسي. هذا
كرسي.
كرسي.
هذا
هذا
كرسي.
مكتب.
لا
لا.
لا هذا كرسي.
هذا
هذا
كرسي.
كرسي.
Why not? Yes, no. Ibu ini kasih opo lang ni. Sabi ang buhok mo, ya Allah, ta Ahmad. تمرين. Number 2, no? تمرين. الثاني.
Exercise 2.
Exercise.
Two.
Exercise.
Exercise. الثاني means the second, no?
Number 2, the second.
هذا بيت.
لا
Raise your arrow. Raise your arrow.
هذا مسجد.
هذا مسجد.
مسجد.
هذا مفتاح.
لا
لا. هذا قلم.
قلب. قلب.
إن شاء الله.
قلم.
تخيل.
هذا قميص.
نعم
نعم هذا قميص.
قميص.
نعم.
هذا نجم.
نعم
نعم
هذا نجم.
نعم ما شاء الله. نعم نعم.
Okay, fine. Yusuf must just say.
Read and write.
تمرين الثالث.
Read and write.
No, the third one. Right?
Yeah.
اقرأ واكتب. Meaning read and
Read.
write.
Read and
Right.
write.
Read and write.
Those come on with read. But read and write. The reason why he's saying actually write, he wants you to put them the
Practice.
The kharaf.
Baris on.
Paris, yeah.
and Java, or as we say in Arabic, Harakat means the signs of the Ukum. So now what we must do is we must read it, and we must read it obviously with the proper signs. So can you see how beautiful is this? As I mentioned, can you see how good this exercise is? It's more detailed than the other book that we have. You see, okay? Because he follows so much Arabic prat. Tafadhal.
هذا مكتب.
مكتب
هذا مكتب.
That is a.
This is a.
It's a desk.
This is a desk.
This is a disc.
Next one.
هذا مسجد.
This is a mosque.
This is a mosque.
The mosque.
One.
هذا قلم.
This is a pen.
This is a
That is a pen.
هذا سرير.
That is a bed.
This is
This
a bed.
is a bed. ماذا? What is this?
What
What is this?
هذا كرسي.
Chair.
Chair.
This is the chair.
Beautiful.
هذا
هذا
بيت.
بيت.
This is house.
House.
Is this a house?
لا.
لا
هذا مسجد.
مسجد.
This is
This is
a
a
masjid.
Oh, that's the masjid.
ماذا.
هذا. What is this?
هذا
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 مفتاح.
مفتاح.
This is a key.
It's a key.
Man هذا. What is this? Who is this?
Wait. Man هذا. Sino ka na ba yung mensa, right?
من هذا.
Don't worry, tell her, I'll
Man, who is this?
Ons kry te lekker hier so nou maar afkap en Allah because to
هذا طبيب. This is a doctor.
who
Who is this?
من هذا. Who is this?
هذا طبيب. This is a doctor.
remember what the
Man
exercise said. You know the exercise that we read? Because we don't need to write now because they're giving us all the signs. They're teaching us now new nouns. Can you see now? They're teaching us new nouns. So whenever they introduce new nouns to you, you'll see they will put all the signs on. And later, you will see the qalamun, masjidun, maktabun, sarirun, all those, they introduced it with signs on, and then afterwards they removed it. Can you see there? And something is going to happen, inshallah. Okay? So that is how they, how this normally. Okay. Everybody read.
Man هذا. Who is this? Who is this?
هذا
طبيب.
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 This is a doctor.
Doctor.
طبيب.
هذا طبيب. This is a doctor.
طبيب.
من هذا؟
من
من
هذا؟
هذا؟
Who is this?
هذا
هذا ولد.
ولد.
This is a boy.
Next one.
هذا ولد. This is a boy.
أنا
من
من
هذا؟
هذا؟
هذا.
What
Who
is
is
this?
this?
What is this?
هذا طالب.
هذا
Student.
is a student.
Is a student.
Student.
هذا طالب.
هذا
هذا طالب.
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 This is a
Student.
student.
student. Next one.
هذا ولد.
هذا ولد. He's the
لا.
second.
Is that a boy?
هذا رجل.
لا.
This is a man.
هذا
هذا
رجل.
is a man.
This is a man.
A man.
Oops.
أيوه. هذا. What is this?
وما
هذا
هذا؟
ديكون.
It's a chicken.
Di mana?
Chicken.
هذا. هذا مسجد.
مش
هذا كلب.
This is
لا هذا kit.
ما هذا everybody
No, this
ما
is-
هذا
ما هذا؟
هذا مسجد.
هذا مسجد.
هذا مسجد.
من هذا؟
من هذا؟
Who is this?
Who is this?
تاجر.
هذا
هذا زيت.
give that baby a lollipop there. You know?
No, I just moved quickly.
من هذا
من
من
هذا؟
هذا؟
Who is this?
Who is this?
تاجر.
هذا تاجر.
ما معنى
This is a merchant. I think it's a
ماذا
merchant.
تاجر؟
اسمها businessman.
The smoker.
أنا سؤال هو ده بتاع أحمد اليوم.
What is merchant? Local. هذا كلب.
هذا
That is a dog.
That is a dog.
This is a dog.
هذا
هذا كلب.
This is a dog.
Is this a dog?
a dog?
لا. هذا
لا
كتاب.
هذا
هذا kitten.
kitten. This is a cat.
هذا حمار.
هذا خمار. This is a donkey.
This is a donkey.
هذا حمار.
Ik kan het houden.
هذا حمار.
Het is een isel. Het is een chimaar. Ik ben nooit. De Ahmed al hij wordt gewoon. Het is een chimaar.
Ja, het is een isel.
Deze Umar.
Amen, kijken is een namen.
This is a donkey.
Is this a donkey? لا.
لا.
هذا
Kisanun. This is a
هذا
no,
imam.
this is a horse.
Zoals. Oké.
So imam, hulle moet imam se naam reg spel. Hulle moet spel met 'n ein, Umar, nie met 'n ga, Khimar nie.
Papa, dat is waar.
وما
وما
هذا؟
هذا؟
And what is this?
What is this?
And what is this?
هذا
هذا
جمل. This is a
جمل.
camel.
Is that no?
This is a
camel.
And what
Camel.
is that? And then you say هذا.
هذا جمل.
هذا جمل.
This is a camel.
This is a camel.
ما هذا؟
Ons gaan het lekker niet zo, no? Inshallah. Ons kan maar aan week inshallah weer verder gaan met onze nieuwe lesson.
Inshallah.
Amen.
Inshallah, then we start with the deacon. Inshallah.
Inshallah, shukran very much. It was a very nice evening. Alhamdulillah.
Maar bij me gaan we het. Alhamdulillah.
And this.
Inshallah, shukran very much for each and every one. I hope we had, I think the response was excellent, and I hope, inshallah, from here onwards, inshallah, you enjoy it because it was quite interesting. And, you know, inshallah, I hope, you know, the students that maybe missed, that they will obviously catch up, onto the YouTube link that Yusuf will send to us. But inshallah, shukran very much. Have a good night's rest.
Okay,
Imam, just one question. Imam, just one question.
Hold on.
Are we gonna review the starting time? Seeing that Isha is, later now.
Everybody, can we start at 8:30 maybe?
Inshallah.
نعم
Naam.
Inshallah.
نعم
Okay, I'll pause him.
Imam, what's the nice lesson? What's the nice lesson? Nou kan ons die ayah verstaan wat Allah sê, minal masjidil haram illa masjidil aqsa.
نعم نعم نعم
المسجد الأقصى. ما شاء الله. باركنا حولك من نورنا ومن آياتنا إنه هو السميع البصير. ما شاء الله. Beautiful. So inshallah, so we'll, like I say, so now from here we can actually build on and do your own exercises and whatever the case may be. And inshallah you'll see, it will come easily. The introduction of this Medina syllabus was good, because I can see it livens up, man, because Amal is excited. English is all funny English, So now with Arabic, everybody's excited. That's my psychological soup, Everybody's excited. Everybody on it. And now you'll see we put more emphasis on this, than the other, inshallah. So imagine if we start bringing in certain conversations, man. It'd be nice, conversations.
Yes.
To a certain stage, you see, it could also offer some conversations, that we can actually also,
Inshallah.
Anyway, Jazakallah khair al-jaza. May Allah reward us all and, reward us dearly.
Fi amanillah.
آمين آمين
Alhamdulillah.
السلام
Walaikum
عليكم
salam. Walaikum salam.
Also, Yusuf, shukran for everything.
Afwan, yeah.
Keep up good work. Inshallah, Jazakallah. Okay.
Yusuf, I just want to say also thank you for your patience. But it's very interesting for the rest of the group. I tuned in late, and the reason why is because my iPad time and date was out.
Oh.
So it didn't accept the address that was given.
Is it?
Oh, okay. Okay. Interesting. Interesting.
But Ahmad signed on a different device last week.
No, it's the same device. I renamed it.
Okay.
Yes.
But somehow the date went wrong. I don't know what happened. It was off. It was off for extended period. Yeah, the pad.
Okay.
So when I switched it on, I didn't notice that the date was wrong.
Yeah.
Okay. Inshallah. We're gonna put that, Ahmed.
All right. Anyway, have a good evening further. Shukran.
Yeah, inshallah. All of you, inshallah.
Walaikum salam.